You join me on a Monday morning and it is a big day, guys. Big day. So today is the day which he should be running. So I'll put the battery back in and I'll check back in a minute.
Crash land in the palm of my hand. Bad little flex wanna play by the coast. Carry the torch, I'm way up a slitty wherever we flow. I came from the cold, used to rest on the floor. I stitch up my wounds, was born a soldier. Flipping the struggle, I'm taking it worldwide. Hold it down when you talk to me. Say it is what it's supposed to be. Say it loud, but I mean it too, yeah. Talk that good when you talk to me. Say it nice and I give it to you. You know my word is...
So as I said, you join me and we're in the E82. So bits are still all over the place and wiring and everything is going to be done today, hopefully. It was supposed to be done last week due to certain things going on. Didn't end up happening. So I'm hoping today is the day that we get this baby running. As you've seen around the car before, everything's plumbed in, everything's ready to go. I've just been tinkering in the meantime, stuff off camera, you know, kind of recording bits, not recording bits, wrapping bits, and you got the dash, door trims, just like finessing little bits really. Messing about with certain bits outside, fitting the spoiler, changing the plate. Oh yeah, reverse camera, ready for when I put the Android head unit in. What else? Oh yeah, we put the 335 and 330D front brakes on it. And this as well. Yeah, so we're ready to go. So all being well, the guy who's doing the wiring should be here this morning. Reckons he should have it all done today. So yeah, stay tuned for the first start. And let's see how it's how we're looking at the end of the day. And before anyone comments saying what the hell's going on with Art Chef on the front, I don't know, but it will be sorted because the back's sitting nice. I put lowering springs on the back. It's got M Sport front shocks and front springs, but for some reason, even though the engine's heavier, it's actually sitting way too high. So once it's running, and I can drive it, you know, let it settle a little, see if it just comes down. I know it's not going to come down that much, but if it comes down a little bit, then I can work out what depth lowering springs I'm going to need. Because right now it looks like it needs a good, I don't know, 40mm drop, but I don't want to risk buying them yet in case it's too much. So yeah, that's one of the things that's going to have to be done when it's driven. As everything's in bits currently, I have to do things like this in order to open the bonnet. And this is just to show you where we're at right now. Still got to put the manifold back on. All the ports is covered up at the minute, just while he does his wiring around the back. Then yeah, manifold can go back on and we should be good to go.
2,000 years later. Ah, right. So that'll give us an indication to which triggers as well. That's good.
So I'm just gonna pause the video there. Couple of things. Those videos are actually shot like probably about 2 weeks apart. So the car never actually got finished on that Monday. There was a couple more instances where the guy came out to do the wiring. We needed a couple of different bits, so I'll go into a little bit more detail with it. The CAS system wasn't recognizing the ECU, so we had to then buy an ECU and CAS system from a newer model to go into the E82, as the one that we were going to put in out of the E90 donor car was an older CAS variant, which would have been CAS 2, which wasn't complying with the ECU. Sounds a bit technical, I know, but once it's explained, it's quite straightforward. So not only that, we then had to wire like a couple of different wires for the from the ECU and from the CAS to the gear selector to the starter motor, you know, a couple of other things as well. So it's not just a straight plug and play. It could just be that we were going from the the N47 to the M57, whereas if it had been the N47 to the N57, geez, there's a lot of 57. Yeah, it might have been easier, but for the way we did it, obviously it didn't quite work. So we had to tweak a few things and get a few different bits. Not only that, since we actually got the car up and running, we then had a problem with the brakes. So drove it down the road to test everything was okay, and the brakes were just kind of going hard and weren't stopping the car fully. So we assumed it was air in the lines, which you do, so we bled up all the brakes and it was still doing it. It was lucky that we've got my car to compare to, so we took the scuttle panel off my E92, popped the vacuum line that leads to the servo. There was a nice, you know, strong vacuum from that. Checked it on the E82 and it wasn't, you know, there wasn't much vacuum at all. So changed the vacuum pump on the front of the engine, brakes sorted. Now, a couple of other issues, but I'll go into them in a later video. Anyway, back to it. It's alive. It's alive.